Greetings everybody, I'm new to the YouTube realm, but I'm willing to try it out, and I'm diving into Unity 3D. I'm just beginning to learn it, and I'm basically doing these videos only to learn it better, to have some more enthusiasm to try something out, to program something, and to learn English a bit better. I'm not a natural speaker. English is not my first language. My first language is Russian, and English is only my second language. My third language is German, because I actually live in Germany. So, I'm gonna try first. It probably won't come to an end, this game. I mean, I won't finish it probably, but who knows. I'll try a 3D strategy. So this is my first 3D strategy. My computer is a bit laggy. I don't know what's going on with that. So my first 3D strategy. Let's see, what can I import? I actually don't think I need anything from that. I have the ghoul, the monster, the Dectera. I can't pronounce it, sorry, because mainly I don't know what that word means. I have downloaded them from the asset store, but actually I don't need any of them right now. I'll download more as time goes by. I hope it's recording. I'm pretty new to recording too. Yeah, it seems like it's going. So that's fine. Has Unity crashed? No, there it is. Let's see. I will program in C#. That's a language I know. I won't say very good, but well enough. And I probably won't explain the basics of this language, so if you want to understand everything I'm doing, you probably should go through some at least basic tutorials in C# first. I'm also pretty good at maths, so there will probably be some pretty advanced algorithms involved in this in this game. Sorry. Let's see. Have I loaded in? What's happening? Ah, yeah, that's the game view. Sorry. Here's the scene view. Yeah, looks pretty standard. Now, I would like to go to the asset store directly and see what I can find there for a strategy. I'll need, because the downloads can go in background mode, so I think it's nice having the downloads going already while I'm programming, doing some basic stuff. What's going on with my mouse? It's flickering. Horrible. Wait, what am I actually doing? I need firstly some... yeah, probably some audio, some 3D models for sure. Let's go with environments first. That'll probably be the best. And landscapes looks good. Yeah. Won't do the floating island thing. Oh, it's not free. Where can I sort this? Here, price. There are a lot of very good free assets in this asset store, So that's really nice. You can start off doing something pretty great with the free assets. Free pack with stones, idle, super desert. It costs something. I don't want to spend money on a project that probably won't come to an end, so I don't like the look of that. What's that? Let's see. Low poly nature pack with trees, bushes, grass, stones, flowers. For desktop and mobile projects, yes. Prefabs, grass textures. Nice. Some trees, some bushes, one pot. One pot? Why would I need a pot? Okay. Stone, grass, flowers, full packs here. Okay. Looks pretty nice. Some textures, some things. Is the island included? I don't have much of an idea how to do terrains. We'll see. I'll download that. That seems quite nice. Oh, it's so low poly. Okay. Low poly is, you see these triangles, that there are not many of them, so there are not really round shapes. Everything is out of triangles. Well, everything is always out of triangles, but the more triangles, the better it looks, I guess. Yeah, import. Now, that's good. It's loading. Well, at least when I do that, I don't know if you can hear it. It's not that annoying sound out of Windows 7, but the nice prom of Windows 10, which is much nicer. Nope. Now, free rocks. Why would I need just rocks? I need terrain. Please give me some terrain. Stony ground. Seems like terrain, probably. Looks pretty nice. I'll take it. What's that? Yeah, scripts. I don't care about scripts because scripts I'll write myself. I don't like scripts written by other people because I like some training in my scripting. Okay, while that's downloading, I can set up the basics. So we'll need some, let's say, a plane. Game object, create a 3D plane. Let's reset it. Reset means that its position is 0, 0, 0, rotation is 0, 0, 0, and scale is 1, 1, 1. Now, let's do the scale like 5. Yeah, 5 seems good. 5, 5, 5. Let's do the directional line. It's already set up in a good color. Good. Now, let's see. The camera probably should be a bit higher. Or do I want to make it like isometric or perspective? Don't really know. Both ways are fine. Yeah, I don't like how it rotates when it rotates in isometric mode, so it will be perspective. Let's round that up to 2. That's rotated around the x-axis to 45 degrees. Nope. too much. 35. 35 seems more reasonable. Oh no, it's actually 45 was better, I think. We'll see. That can be changed any moment. So now let's add component to the main camera. It will be a script, a C# cam control. Yep. Now I like to create a folder. Come on, it's just a folder. Why this lag? Scripts. Yep. Cam control is in the script. Now, main camera. It has the cam control. Oh, that's gonna lag a bit. I don't like the standard editor of Unity 3D. The standard editor is the what is it called? Mono develop. I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it feels. I don't like anything about it. So I've set up so that it opens Visual Studio instead, which I like a lot. I love Visual Studio. I love how it looks. You can set it up somewhere here in the properties, in the settings, sorry, not properties, settings. Opening Visual Studio Solution. My god, that can be a while. I will stop the recording for now. So I'm back. I hope the recording runs fine. Seems like it does. So I just opened this here. That's the Microsoft Visual Studio. If it would respond in sometimes, good, thank you. That I don't need, that I would like to close, if I may. Thank you. Now, what do we need? I need a private vector 2. Vector 2 offset. So the whole idea of programming in Unity and in mono game, mono behavior, this thing here, is that it runs on vectors. Sorry, that should be a vector 3. We are making a 3D game. I'm used to XNA and programming 2D games, which I'll probably also do on video. We'll see. So, private vector 3 offset. Now, in the start, we should define that offset. I mean, give it a value. Its value should be how shall I do it? It should be actually wait, the rotation on the x-axis is always the same. It's always looking down at the same angle. It only needs to rotate around the y-axis, and the height always will be 2. Y is the height. Now z is what will move around. Why is it not at 0, by the way? Good. So I would say I just take this value So the offset is equal to transform dot position wait, what? So transform dot position, yeah, just transform dot position, because it's relative to 0. So all the values of the position, rotation and scale are held in the transform. That's a transform component. It can be seen and modified in it. Wow, my computer is really laggy in here. I hope all of that records. I don't actually know, but in here. So now let's see. We have the offset. I do it like this and not like just new vector 3 0 2 0, because maybe I'll change it somewhere here and then it should change here automatically without me opening the code and modifying it manually. So now in the update, it should be late update, I think. Update, I wanted to run after. No, I'm talking strange things. I don't need it to be a late update. I don't need it to be fixed update. So these are functions which are called by Unity. Start and update. Start on the start of the script, obviously, and update each frame. So most of the time 60 frames per second. So let's see. I would like the camera to move around on VASD, and I would like it to rotate if I'm holding the middle mouse button and moving the mouse left and right. So let's do the floating around with WASD first. I need a float change X and a float change Z. Float change X is the wait, where is X? Where is Y? X is the right one, so yeah, I have rotated everything right, so this has downloaded, I can import it. So change X is the input dot get axis. Those are predefined functions which give me a value based on if I have A or D pressed. What's that? What's just is installing it. So the axis is, I don't actually remember what the axis is. Wait 1 second. The axis changes? No, I don't know. Let's look it up. So get axis Unity. That's very useful. Always, if you search something, the first result will be the docs of Unity 3D, which gives you pretty much all the information you need. Oh, obviously, vertical and horizontal. I need horizontal right now. Whoa. Oh, right. That's because I am importing new scripts here. So because it is seeing the whole assets folder as a solution, here it is, it reloads every time a new script is imported into the assets, which is pretty annoying. But what can you do? Vertical. Right? Vertical is like this, and horizontal like this, vertical like this. Now that should be the vertical. And I should be able to apply that in form of a vector 3. Vector 3 change equals new vector 3 change x 0 change z. Seems fine. And now transform dot do I need translate? No, translate all. I actually have no idea. I'll try it. Usually I have done it with just transform not position plus equals this, but I don't know. Translate should also work and should be the better variant of what I'm trying to achieve. So may I maybe sometime in the future open this? No, probably not, because it's importing all kinds of stuff. I'll pause the video for a moment. Oh, I looked, no, I haven't looked at the code but I have had thoughts about it, and I'm a massive idiot. I do not need an offset if I'm not tracking anything, and I am not tracking anything. I would need it if I, for example, wanted the camera to follow the player or follow any point. Oh, or do I need? No, I don't need it to follow any point. So I am a massive idiot. Come on. Okay. Yet another cut. Good. At long last, it is ready. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Sorry for the massive unprofessionalism. This project contains scripts and/or assemblies that use obsolete APIs. If you choose Go, yes, go ahead. I trust those developers. Now, let's see. It should work, but I won't really see it working. So, what the what? What is it doing now? Why is it importing something else? God. Okay, if I'm sick of waiting, I'll program. So let's do the rotation if the middle mouse button is clicked. So let's check for that first. If input dot get button, I think button key mouse button, get mouse button if it is held, I think the mouse wheel is the third mouse button. I can change the controls later, or even have adjustable controls in a menu. I'll probably do menus. I haven't done enough of them in my life. I need some practice. So, if it is held, I will need a float to hold the rotation. Float rotation equals input dot get axis, and that is the mouse X, because it's going from left to right and from right to left. Then that's a bit more advanced in the mathematics section, because the transform dot rotation is stored in a quaternion. A terrible word, it means terrible things. Basically, it's the thing that holds rotations. Well, yeah. Okay. Strangely formulated. I need the rotation to be equal. No, equal. What comes first? First comes the rotation, and it is the rotation that the object has at the moment. So transform dot rotation, it is stored in a quaternion. As I said, quaternions can be multiplied, and just 1 second, I'll need to take a piece of paper. It is much easier to think on paper. That's an advice I'll give everyone any time of the day. So, a quaternion is the thing that stores a rotation around an axis. And at the moment I need to make a new rotation around the axis and the up axis, so the y-axis. It's 0, 1, 0. So I need a new quaternion. Right? Yep. X, Y, Z are the coordinates of the axis, but all of them are multiplied by the sinus of the angle which I'm rotating in. So I need math f dot, actually now that will be too hard, it will be more efficient to calculate it here. Float sin rotation equals math f dot sinus from the rotation, and float cosinus rotation equals math f dot cosinus rotation semicolon. And in the quaternion I'll need, what was it again? First comes x. X is 0 times, oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, that's obviously x. Y is just the sinus of the rotation, so I didn't need to do them in separate variables, but it's okay, I guess. And the cosinus. So the rotation in the quaternion is stored in a cosinus of that rotation around an angle, which is defined by the coordinates of the vector around which it is being rotated, and each coordinate of that vector is multiplied by the sinus of the rotation. I hope I'm pronouncing sinus right, and cosinus. I'm pronouncing it basically like in Russian and in German. Or rather something in between. So, that should theoretically work. That's the first time I'm trying a rotation through multiplication of quaternions, so everything can go wrong, but technically it should work. Now, I hope everything is imported at last. Stony grounds. I would like a stony ground. Those are materials I can't read apparently. Oops. I need, yeah, sounds good. What's that? That's just the JPEG. What's wrong? Why? Oh, here we go. So let's just take something like that. Oh, wait, I can just take a texture and apply it to the plane. Why don't I just do that? Yep, seems nice enough, I think. Well, obviously I would need to shrink it and do some stuff, but just to test it out, let's try it. Ah, whoa, zoom. Firstly, the thingy doesn't work, the rotation with the mouse. I'm clicking the middle mouse button and dragging. It does not work. The movement in the X direction does work, but this, I guess that if you translate the transform, it does it locally, so that won't work like that. So I need transform dot position equals transform dot position. Oh, what am I doing? C# is such a nice language and I'm not using it correctly. Good. Let's try that one again. Yep, that looks about right, but right now it is firstly too fast, and secondly it is fixed to the frame rate, which is not a good idea. It needs to be fixed to the time, so time dot delta time. Delta time is the time passed between those two frames, no matter how long those frames were in real time. And I would like a public float speed equals 1 by default, and that multiplied, what am I even doing? I don't need, well, I haven't programmed for a pretty long time. So times speed, I could have done those operations here, but that would mean that I'm writing the same thing twice, which isn't good. It most of the time takes more processor speed, processor memory or whatever, and doesn't look good. Here I can multiply the vector, which means it multiplies everything in the vector by those things. So let's try that out now. So that is too slow. Good. But that is now easily adjustable. Let's say 3. That's better. Still not good enough though. 4 should be fine. Yeah, 4 looks about right. Now let's see what I can do with that. Because that maybe mouse button 3 is the right mouse button. That is a possibility. Let's see. No, it's not the right one. It's not the left one. It's not the middle one. And for all I know, it isn't the other ones. Oh, obviously the count starts with 0, so it should be 2. Let's try that out. Or does it? I don't know the count enough. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm rotating around a... not quite the... oh gosh, what have I done? I'm not rotating around the axis I want to rotate, and why is that? I don't know. Let's look into that. Should actually be right, or like that. That is Y, right? Yep, that's Y, and that's W. W is the rotation. Rotation is the cosinus of this. Yep, should be right. Cosinus and sinus of the same vector should be 1, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, the video is probably going for too long already. Yes, I'll do 2 minutes more to 40 minutes, and then I'll stop and do everything else in the next video, which I'll film right now but probably post like tomorrow. And I know I'm probably talking to 1 or max 2 people because I just posted my first video on this channel, so that would be nice, gaining an audience. It is actually very, very strange. Why am I getting this strange thing? Maybe the vector should be normalized, then it would be 0, 1, 0. That could be the case. Let's try that out. Whoa! That's tricky. I'm not even moving my mouse. That's not good. That's not good at all. What's wrong then? Maybe W is that would be a bit strange. If I do 0, 0, 0. Oh, that probably won't work with it. Right. That'll most likely not work at all. Yes. It doesn't, as presumed. Let's Google for it, or Bing for it, I guess. So, the quaternion in Unity. Wow, that's very helpful. Thanks. My god. Okay, I'll look into that at a later time, I guess. For now, I'll do the quick option, transform dot rotation dot what can I do? What can I do? I can what? What? Wait, what? Transform dot what? Why? That is strange. There should be the lerp function. Oh, obviously. Transform dot rotation equals quaternion. It's a static function dot lerp, and I need two quaternions. So transform dot rotation, and 2 should be a quaternion dot Euler. Euler are the normal degrees, which we know, which are usual to us, and I need the transform dot rotation dot to Euler. Oh, wait, what? Maybe just Euler? Yep, Euler angles. And dot plus to plus new vector 3 0. It should be rotation around the y-axis, so 0 rot 0, and I would need the public float t speed, let's say 3, because just 1 will be too slow. A input.getAxis can only return a value between 0 and 1, so times rotation speed and 0. That's wrong, and the log should be, oh no, obviously it should be not times the rotation speed, it should be like, it's an Euler angle, so it should be like 90 times 90. Should be pretty much about fine. And the should I normalize that? No, I shouldn't. Sorry, not normalize, obviously. Get raw axis input, whatever. So the rotation speed should be in here. Rotation speed. Control S, then rotation speed should be between 0 and 1. So let's say 0.4. Control S. Let's try that. Oh, compiler errors. I think I made a bit dumbass. Unexpected symbol where? Oh, in a lot of places. Firstly, that should be a float. Secondly, what is wrong with that? There is no argument given for z. What? Oh, what? That is not correct. No, it is correct, but there is no. Yep. Now it should be fine. Yes, looks fine. Now let's try it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yep, I can rotate slowly, I can rotate fast, but though I'm still moving in the global space, so I'll fix that the next time. A goodbye.